Shanzi mtoto mdogo mjinga. Pumbafu.
KASMUEL is the biggest sellout that our generation will ever see.
Nashukuru kijana moja hapa, kijana simama. Huyu kijana ndio alikuwa anapiga sisi sana. Lakini alikuwa anapiga sisi sababu hakuwa anaelewa. Lakini sasa ameelewa.
Majamaa, ninashinda kila siku nikiwaambia hii Kenya kila mtu ni conman, amsikii.
Watu wengine wenye hawakuwa frontline wamekuja wakachangisha pesa. Mimi mmeailichangia pesa kama wa Kenya. Nikitembea huko saa zile naogopa kupigwa risasi na polisi, mnasema viatu zangu zinakaa vibaya.
So please receive my sincerest and heartfelt apology. I hope this suffices and helps to clear the air that I am still very much with the people and this fight must go on. Let us not buy into the gimmicks.
Is this Eldoret?
Yes.
Hapa ni Eldoret. Yes.
Umekuja sherehe?
Nimekuja kuona kanisa ikifunguliwa.
Ndio hiyo.
Ndio. Tuabudu pamoja.
Wapi baba?
Baba amenituma. Ndio.
Na hawa wawili wanadanganyana.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Of course this is Cleanfix. Na leo nimekasirika vibaya sana na huyu kijana KASMUEL. Huyu kijana KASMUEL has proven to us the Gen Z that power can really confuse you to the dust. The audacity of him going to link up with Mr. Kasongo and his dictator leaders. Unanyenyekeaje kama umbwa mwenye ameingiza mkia kwa matako ukiona viongozi wako na pesa? Confused element, check it out.
Tutaanza kuhubiria hapa na wataokoka pande ile nyingine. Nashukuru kijana moja hapa, kijana simama. Huyu kijana ndio alikuwa anapiga sisi sana. Lakini alikuwa anapiga sisi sababu hakuwa anaelewa. Lakini sasa ameelewa. Kuwa mstari wa mbele, kuwa karibu na sisi, uhubirie vijana mambo ile serikali inataka. Muache kudanganywa na viongozi wengine.
Wapi? Huko ni wapi bwana?
Huku ni kwenyewe.
Wapi hapa?
Hapa ni Is this Eldoret?
Yes.
Hapa ni Eldoret. Yes.
Umekuja sherehe?
Nimekuja kuona kanisa ikifunguliwa.
Ndio hiyo.
Ndio. Tuabudu pamoja.
Wapi baba?
Baba amenituma. Ndio. Asante sana tuko. Ndio sisi hapa bado. Ndio.
Asante sana.
Activist KASMUEL MCOURE, known for criticizing President Ruto's administration, has had an unexpected meeting with the president today during a church service at AIC Kipkorgot. This encounter has sparked online debate. MCOURE, a vocal advocate for the Gen Z protest, once said,
"We cannot show up to dialogue tables when majority of us are showing up on autopsy tables."
Now, his friendly exchange with Ruto has left many questioning his true motives. Was it a move to align with power, or does MCOURE have a bigger plan in mind?
Kijana mjinga, mshenzi, mpumbavu sana. Huyu jamaa ashasahau venye hao watu walitufanya mbaya. Ngashasahau venye walitupiga marisasi wakati wa maandamano, hawakujali and they never even apologized. What is he doing? Huyu jamaa anafanya nini? Mkumbavu. Like hiyo vocal yote yenye alikuwa nayo kwa street wakati wa maandamano imeenda wapi? How can he forget? After kupewa tu pesa kidogo na handshake ashanyenyekea. Sellout mkubwa. Sellout. KASMUEL sellout.
KASMUEL is the biggest sellout that our generation will ever see. When you see KASMUEL bowing down to President William Ruto, Kasongo, bowing down when they are opening this church in Eldoret, and you imagine the deaths that occurred in June, the young people that died in the streets of Nairobi, fighting for other Kenyans because of high taxation, because of the punitive bill that was being introduced, the finance bill. KASMUEL was actually very vocal. And so many people and so many youths were actually behind him because he was this voice and he was this show of power, show of the youth, that the strength that the youth have. People actually believed that he was going to make a huge change when it came to policies that the youth are actually fighting for. And today you see him with the same people who are in government, the people who could have stopped it. You see him shaking hands with people like Sudi. You see him shaking hands with people like William Ruto. And it's really painful. The youth put a lot of faith in KASMUEL. And now KASMUEL has gone the whole circle to show us we are nothing. And betrayal is really huge. When did he stop remembering the deaths of the youths who died during the Gen Z movement? The protest that happened during the finance bill rejection is something that should not escape anyone from his generation. These were young people, the same generation he is in, that actually died in the streets of Nairobi. So when we see one of their own actually going and now bowing to the president, the same person who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, the same person who could have stopped this killing, the same person who is calling these young people criminals.
It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people.
And he has never been apologetic in the deaths of these young people since it happened. He was actually in denial the whole period, and everyone was up in arms asking, why is it that William Ruto is not even apologetic to their families? He's not even remorseful that their families lost young people, people who were out there just carrying water bottles and a flag. Why is it that even after this happened, and KASMUEL was actually coming to the media stations and talking about it and saying, we cannot come to the same table and sit with the same people and the oppressors who have actually killed our youths. Listen.
We cannot show up to dialogue tables when majority of us are showing up on autopsy tables. It is an unfair thing for you to expect of the Kenyan youth to take this while lying down, because everybody but the people who are losing blood, and I will keep on referring to these people because the youth that have died, and there's no need for euphemism, they did not just die. It was not an accident. They did not die of the protests. They are victims of police brutality.
So right now when you see him shaking hands and bowing to the same people who are actually in command when our youths were dying on the streets, that is the epitome of betrayal. And KASMUEL, in as much as he says that he's his own person, you do not become a voice. You do not become the person that everyone is looking up to and then just show them your back the way you do. This is a case where someone is actually stabbing you in the back and stabbing and turning that knife around. That is what KASMUEL has done to his fellow youths and to everyone else who is against this whole government's movement of stopping anyone who's trying to voice their opinion. It's really painful to actually watch this happen. And something else I wanted to say, you see this happening very quickly. But right now we have recruiters, the main recruiters in this exercise of taking the young people who are actually voicing their opinion and trying to fight for the rights of Kenyans. Right now are people like Raila Odinga. He says Raila Odinga is the one who sent him for this particular church service. But Raila Odinga is now the biggest supporter of William Ruto. And these are people who are now grouping up together with Uhuru Kenyatta. If you see someone like Lee Kinyanjui, someone who has also been very vocal on Twitter and saying the church is actually voicing its opinion and it's actually right. And then you see him now, Uhuru talks to him, and now he's changing his whole perspective and now joining William Ruto. So right now, Raila, Uhuru Kenyatta, these are the biggest recruiters in removing people who are previously with us, because these people are in the same boat. Raila, William Ruto, and Uhuru Kenyatta. And they are all doing the same thing, making sure that the voice of the people is continuously suppressed. And how do you suppress it? By taking the people who are considered leaders in the society and making them sing the same song with William Ruto. So this is what I'm telling Kenyans. Please watch out. All these people who are currently fighting, you feel like they are fighting for our rights and they are with us, especially the young people. Just make sure that you watch them, because those are the main targets right now. The likes of Morara Kebaso, and I like him, but these are the targets that the government will for sure work so hard to make sure they cross to the other side. So if any of them crosses, just prepare yourself, because this is the time that everyone is being taken in. They are crunching these numbers and seeing who are we supposed to take in, so that the voice of the people is continuously suppressed.
You see now, they are now taking our young leaders one by one to the government. Wanataka ku make sure wametukandamiza kabisa, lakini sisi ni Gen Z hatujali. We have our own means of advocating these issues. Kama watatusikiliza kwa streets, watatusikiliza kwa social media, na tutawairritate mpaka wasikie. KASMUEL ashasahau venye alikuwa ametupromise atasimama na sisi. This is a proof to you that a liar really needs a good memory. Check it out.
So please receive my sincerest and heartfelt apology. I hope this suffices and helps to clear the air that I am still very much with the people, and this fight must go on. Let us not buy into the gimmicks and theatrics of this government. People lying to us now that because they want to impeach Rigathi Gachagua, that is our problem. We don't care. They should impeach him. They should impeach Ruto as well. We don't like all of them should just impeach each other and go home. We don't care.
I even don't know what happened with this young man. But again, pia ebu kwanza nione, we think with another angle. Maybe anafanya hivi juu sisi tulimfanya mbaya wakati wa Gen Z protest. Ama nyi mnaona aje? Maybe he's doing this to irritate us, maybe to get our attention, maybe to show us that he has his own means. Juu nyinyi mulikuwa mnambusa zingine, mnamchekelea, mnatengeneza memes kumuhusu, hadi juzi mulimfukuza kwa femicidal walk. Ama ni revenge.
Watu wengine wenye hawakuwa frontline wamekuja wakachangisha pesa. Mimi mnailichangia pesa kama wa Kenya. Nikitembea huko saa zile naogopa kupigwa risasi na polisi, mnasema viatu zangu zinakaa vibaya. Si ndio? Wakati wote I have spoken nothing but spoken to the issues. Nimeongelea at any single chance I get. Nasema we need universal healthcare to ensure that social healthcare, and social healthcare imaanishi SHA. Social healthcare ni healthcare ya sisi wote. Wakati tulikuwa tunaenda maandamano, hamkuwa mnataka kusikia mambo ya healthcare. You guys did not care about your health. When we were talking about saying we want to form an alternative government that ensures there is proper education, free education, you guys did not care. Did you care?
Maybe hapa sasa ndio mlihat feelings za kijana akasema sasa, now that you Gen Zers are not with me, I will go and be with the government. Na once umeshaingia kwa government, sijui kuna kuanga na laana fulani, unakuwa tu mkora tu. Unakuwa tu mkora, au usikilizi watu, unabadilika tu, unakuwa watu wote wanakuwa tu conman. Ukishaamua kujoin government, unakuwa conman. Mulimuumiza, sasa ameamua pia kuwaumiza. Amekuwa conman kama conman wenzake.
Majamaa, nashinda kila siku nikiwaambia hii Kenya kila mtu ni conman, amsikii. Sasa ule mblena wenyu ameenda akashikana na Kasongo. Sasa hii anatufanya sisi wote tunakama fala. Mumeachwa kwa mataa. Ni noma. Mimi sasa nikiwaambia hii Kenya kila mtu ni conman. Jipiganie mwenyewe. Ati sijui umeka upeko kwa nani? Bulanda. Sasa mumeachwa. Huyo jamaa ako na Kasongo huko. Pia very soon atakuja kwa biashara ya matatu. Ngoja mtasikia manganya za KASMUEL kwa barabara. Shauri yenu.
Gringo ni gringo tu, msaliti ni msaliti tu. Ati anatuambia ati baba amemtuma. Baba mgani? Si baba mwenyewe alijoin government juzi na those unprovoked those stupid handshakes. Si alijoin government, which means they are all on the side of the government. Na ukisha join government wewe ni mkora, wewe ni mwizi, wewe ni sellout. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this man's strategy. Is it a strategy ama ni sellout tu ama amekuwa confused with power and element? Tell me what you think and subscribe.
Chanzi mtoto mdogo mjinga. Pumbafu.